Okay. Hold on, I gotta
It's
join the activity. I just gotta join the activity. Okay. Do you have the last one open, or are we just gonna have to
we're
freestyle?
just gonna ball.
Oh, we're gonna
Okay.
freestyle.
Yeah.
Aight.
Okay. Hey. So this is
Bet.
welcome to Tic Tac Toe Ultimate Tic Tac Toe.
Welcome to Ultimate Tic Tac Toe. I'm your host, Win Airbender Oates, and this is my guest, Anne. Uh,
Earthbender.
Last name.
Yeah.
And today we'll be discussing points, freedom, and why fascism is actually pretty good in this game because it lets you control your opponent. Anyway, continue.
Okay. So in a normal Tic Tac Toe board, the middle is the most powerful square. Do you want to know why? There's 4 ways to win on it.
1, 2, 3, 4,
That's
boom.
crazy. So if we give this a number, well, we'll say this is 4, right? Now let's say the corner, right? There's 3 ways to win on it, right? So we're gonna give that a value of 3, and then the edge,
Facts.
there's only 2, so we're gonna give that one a value of 2. And obviously, a
Yep.
tic-tac-toe board is symmetrical on all sides, so
Yeah, so
corners and
this
edges
one's
are all the same.
also a 3, this one's also a 2, etc.
So in ultimate tic-tac-toe, right? If we ignore the small ones, we can say that this one is a 3, this one's a 2, and this one's a 4, right?
We
We
can.
understand that.
Yeah, naturally.
That's
It's
sick.
just math. It's
So
literally just math.
straight up just math. But now what about the inside squares of that cell? So let's take a look at the 2. Let's place a 2 here. But wait, it's in the 2. So 2 times 2, that's going to be 4.
Notoriously
And
4.
3 times 2, that's 6. 4 times 2, that's 8. And then, so yeah, you get it. We just multiply it with the thing. So that's going to be 12. That's going to be 6. That's going to be 9. This is going to be 12. This is going to be 8. And
If
this is
you
going to be 16.
understand the concept of a graph and the concept of multiplication, you're understanding the point system. It's really easy.
Point system
Unlike
is easy.
unlike are those cheap bastards over at chess.
I agree.
Um, so
Um,
yeah,
so if you want to play to maximize the points, because points is good, it means you have a higher chance of winning. Um, you probably want to take the highest points, right? Like you assume, I want to take the highest points. You're stupid. You're wrong. You want to take the lowest
completely.
points.
Oh,
Because
absolutely.
let's say I go here to take 12 points, right? Well, that sends my opponent to this cell where, like, at best, they take one of the 8s, but that's stupid. They're not going to do that. They're probably going to take the 16, right? They're going to take the middle. Same thing, right? Let's say I take this 8 here. Let's say I was sent to the corner. I take 8. That the lowest that they can get is an 8, and the highest they can get is 16. So they can double our points. And because this is a zero-sum game, you want your opponent to be worse off than you. So if I send them instead to, let's say, a 2, now they're going to send us back to another 2. And then we're just going to go even. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Facts,
You're vibing
facts.
with it?
Yeah,
So that's the
but
logic of the point system. Just go
right.
for whatever is typically going... Go whatever is going to make your opponent have the least amount of points.
Yeah,
Um,
because if you go for your most amount of points, your opponent's going to actually end up plussing more off of those decisions than you would have otherwise by trying to minimize their points. You see what we're saying?
and then there's one last thing. If, let's say, I have X, and then they're like, ooh, I'm going to go O. Well, we've just lost this point because it's no longer in the game. Similarly,
Yeah,
if we do
that's
X,
basically -6 or
X,
-9. Yeah, it's minus
minus
nine.
9, yeah. If we do this, this is still out of the game because we've only used these 3.
Now that's not
You know what I mean?
subtracting points as much because you still won the square, but that's
But it's
still
no, it's subtracting points as much. You wasted a square that could have been used on another cell, essentially.
that is true. That is true. There are that does not tell you that there are other good reasons though an X there.
Yeah.
Yeah. But still,
Um,
yeah, overall point system as like a baseline for understanding the game, I would say is pretty solid.
yeah. So now that you have that under your belt,
Yeah.
let's move over here to freedom,
Oh,
and I'll let
certainly.
Win take this over.
Okay, so we're gonna play like a base opening for it. I'll go first, just to illustrate kind of how
Why the
freedom
hell are you
works.
going there?
just
I
kind
hate
of
you.
just show them, and they go there, and then I go here, and she probably goes there. Yep, yep, yep. And then freedom is a perfect example right here. Now, points wise, this, and this are all equal since she has to move to this, or this square. And she can only score a maximum of, what is it, 12? No, 8 points in either of those. However, freedom dictates that the best move here has to be here because this limits her options the most. And since it limits her options the most, this is the best play. Now, there are plenty of times where you can ignore freedom, and that's okay, but where freedom really thrives as a concept is during the mid game. See, if somebody is playing with points normally, that's it, then the best thing that they can do, the best way to counter that, in my opinion, in my experience, is by playing some sort of game with freedom because you're controlling your opponent and they're super readable because of the point system.
And then one last thing to also mention, along with these two strategies, there's obviously normal things that you should go for, right? Like if I have this and they sent me to this cell, I'm
Yeah,
obviously
yeah.
going to go here.
I mean, she's just
Um,
obviously going to go there.
right? Typically, if I was going to go by points, I would do this, but because these are completely unrelated, one of these two is going to be useless.
Yeah.
So you
Basically,
would
you're
rather
minusing.
instead set up. Yeah.
Right.
This is not giving you any value at all. So
That
you don't
being
want to do
said, in a similar scenario, if can you put 2x's here?
Oh, here?
Yeah, yeah, just anywhere. This is still the best move in this case, based on only an understanding of freedom, because you basically know that she's either going to go here, or if she doesn't, then these are also less options than anything else in the game. So that based on freedom, this would also be the best play. So you're trying to restrict your opponent's movements as much as possible. Now this is understandably a much less intuitive and a lot less numbers based of a sort of approach, since you can numericalize it, right? Because this value is actually the same as this because they have the same number of cells open. Where it really gets hard and where it really changes is, say, for example, she was to take this, right? Based on a freedom approach, effectively, any of these are all off limits now because they send her anywhere. And that's a big no-no if you're trying to play with freedom. So
Same with
I
points.
would, yeah, similarly with points. Yeah, that is true because then they can take the most amount of points. But yeah, that's basically the baseline of freedom and points. And we've determined that it's kind of like Avatar, how there's like 4 elements of balance. So that's the first two is points and freedom, and then the other two are I don't know. Um,
So
yeah,
that's
yeah,
Earth, and then
yeah.
this is air. I don't know how to do the air symbol. Just like
Yeah, it's kind of just that,
air.
basically, and
We
then
did it.
yeah, yeah. So this is Earth and Air, and then that's us.
Like and
That's what we're doing.
subscribe.
Like
Join
and
the
subscribe.
Discord.
Join the
Catch us on
Discord.
Twitch.
Catch us on Twitch. We'll be streaming sometimes.
Hop on the
Um,
Blue Sky. I'm kidding. We don't have Blue Sky.
we could. I could
Hop on
make
Twitter.
one.
We don't have Twitter either.
I could make a Twitter.
I think it's called X now.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Catch you on the big flip.
Catch you on the Flippy.
All right. No, I was still streaming today. Oh, okay. Let me. Hold on. I gotta.